Sometimes little changes make the biggest impact, so we're focusing today on small ways to help you worry less. Therapist Kristen Hodson believes when you worry less, your day is a little better and life overall a little bit happier. It's so great to see you.
Thank you.
I'm going to try to just stop staring at your cute glasses and focus on the topic at hand. Doesn't she look darling?
Thanks.
Okay, so here's my question. If minimizing the worry is a good, worthy goal, why don't we talk about just eliminating the worry altogether?
Wouldn't that be great? But it's just the second you love, the second your heart's invested in something, you're going to worry. Like, it's just kind of wired into us. So to have this, to eliminate it is actually going to make it worse, which is what we're going to talk about.
We're kind of treating this topic very light-handedly. How do you know if worry is really a problem? If it tips into, I'm tapping into your therapist expertise here, but if it tips into the anxiety or the depression, they're all kind of interconnected at some time.
I think when it starts to impact overall quality of life, if you're not doing things you want to do, or that you used to do because you're paralyzed, you're so worried, you're afraid, there's anxiety, that's when it's moving to a place that's not healthy.
Is there any research to back up this statement that moms and women are wired to worry more? It seems
That's
like
a great
women
question.
are prone to the worry, right?
That's
we seem
a great
to absorb
question.
it a little more than maybe our counterparts.
I think so, and that's a great question. But the biological component of everything that's happening in our world, I would have to believe we are. I mean, it's almost, I know for women, the moment they find out they're pregnant, the worrying begins.
True.
It's like they become pregnant with that too.
It's true. It's true. Pregnant with worry.
Yes.
I can attest to that. I can verify that for sure. You've got some strategies to help us worry a little bit less, starting with something we all do but shouldn't. You say we brace ourselves for worry. Explain why this is a problem.
So what can start to happen is, say you have a meeting and you're like, I'm just going to look dumb, and you go to worst case scenario and you brace yourself for that, and we go to the catastrophic, and we worry and consume thinking we can control that outcome or change it, thinking our worry is going to change it. And so it makes us feel in control of something that feels out of control.
So don't tense up emotionally. Don't mentally.
Right. That's the first thing is, okay, I see that I'm bracing myself. I see that I've gone to worst case scenario. This worst case scenario probably isn't going to happen. It's the first thing of just acknowledging that you're doing it.
Well, and that leads into your next point, the acknowledgement. You say a lot of women tend to just brush off worry, like, oh, I have no reason to worry. It's fine. It's fine. That doesn't help in the end.
No, because it still gets you kind of trapped in this worrying loop. I shouldn't do this. I shouldn't feel this way. Well-meaning friends will come in and be like, oh, don't worry about it. You're fine. Instead of being like, okay, I can see that you're worried. It makes sense. This is a big deal. Okay, let's really talk this through. Just talking to a friend and having them mirror back that worst case scenario isn't going to happen can be really helpful, because the goal of this, it's not to eliminate worry, it's to worry less. If you can take your worry from an 8 to a 6, that little change can make a big difference.
That's the accomplishment
That's
here.
the accomplishment.
So if we're not dismissing the worry, what are we doing instead with that worry, that anxiety feeling?
Yes, because that can be what can make you want to jump out of your skin.
Yeah.
And this is where you can take an action, do something, because the worry usually is stuck in the future. We're worried about the what if, what's going to happen.
Projecting, yeah.
Yes, it's there. So if we can pull ourselves back to present moment, that can be really helpful. I mean, sometimes I just need to do something. And so one of the strategies I like is the 3 things. I'm going to name right now 3 things I can feel, 3 things I can hear, 3 things I can smell. All that's doing is disrupting the worry loop.
That's good.
And causing you have to be like, okay, I feel this couch. I feel my shirt. Those are things I know that are happening now. And again, that's going to be potentially uncomfortable, but it's something. You can set the timer and write gratitudes for 5 minutes. That's present moment. It's something to disrupt the worry loop.
The brainwave gets interrupted. I like the sensory idea, the touch, the feel, the smell, the hear.
Yeah, it just moves you out of your head. It's something a little bit more tangible.